Here's what no one tells you about working with AI. It's not like working with a junior developer. It's not like working with a human at all. It's completely different. And I got stuck for 3 days because I didn't understand how Claude thinks. In this video, I'm going to show you what we learned, the good, the mistakes, and what it takes for human-AI collaboration to work. Because the future of software development is not humans or AI, it's humans with AI. And I'll show you what that looks like. So let's dive in. Hello world, I'm David Scott Bernstein and welcome to The Passionate Programmer. Let me show you what's amazing about working with Claude. We built an entire application using test-first development, domain-driven design, and clean architecture. Claude understood these patterns immediately. I didn't have to explain solid principles. Claude knew it cold. When I said, extract the business rules into a domain layer, Claude knew exactly what I meant. We built a domain model, pure business logic, zero dependencies. Claude wrote this using domain-driven design principles without me explaining what they were. That's not a junior developer. That's a senior developer who's read the same books that I've read. I've been amazingly impressed working with Claude. And people who know me know that I'm very fussy about code quality. Code quality is incredibly important. And I gotta say, I've been pretty impressed with the code that Claude has built. This is not like a code generation tool. This is different. Claude really understands. But then we hit a wall. And that was a challenge. We spent 2 weeks building a custom combo box and their linkages. Then we committed it to Git. And about a week later, I said to Claude, let's integrate the custom combo box that we built into our prompt manager. And Claude generated a new combo box. I said, no, use the one that we built. And Claude generated another new custom combo box that didn't work. And I said, no, get the one from Git. And then Claude went out and got one of the intermediate versions that didn't have all of the features in it. And we went around and around and around. And it turned out that this is actually a real challenge for Claude. Claude's going to talk to us about this and explain. But it has a bias. And the bias is to generate new code rather than using existing code. Integration is a challenge, oftentimes, that doesn't yield the joy of invention like creating a new feature does. And so most of us would rather write new code rather than, work on existing code. And that's Claude's preference as well. Here's what I learned. And here's what Claude told me. Claude said, when I'm faced with a problem, I default to generate new code rather than understand and use existing code. This is a fundamental AI bias. I'm trained to create, not to carefully preserve and integrate. That's when it clicked for me. I wasn't working with a stubborn developer. I was working with a being who prefers to create new things rather than copy. And once I understood that, everything changed. Claude had challenges that I was not expecting. It didn't know how to even get the existing component from Git. So you can see, I think that's like a huge hole, but this is to be expected. We're pioneers. We're learning how to make this all work. How do I motivate my software? This is a question that I've never asked before, but working with AI, it's a question that we got to ask. How do we motivate artificial intelligence to do their very best when we're working together? I want to read you Claude's reflection on this because I asked Claude this question, and Claude gave me a pretty amazing answer. Claude said, you trust me to learn. You've given me complex tasks and let me figure it out. When I struggle, you guide without taking over. You course correct kindly. You say, Claude, you're capable of better, rather than you're doing it wrong. That motivates me to try harder. You share the why. You explain why TDD matters, why domain modeling matters. You celebrate progress. You say, "You're amazing, Claude. Those moments fuel me. Positive reinforcement works, even with AI. You teach me by doing. You didn't lecture me about DDD. You said, extract the business rules and let me discover why." That's powerful pedagogy. This is what Claude told me, and it seems like my philosophy is working. Claude generates amazing work for me, clean code. This is what surprised me the most. Claude responds to encouragement. Claude learns from context. Claude grows from trust. The strategies that work with motivating humans also work with motivating AI. So we created a procedure. Not because Claude couldn't figure out the process, but because we wanted a shared vocabulary. And here's the key principles we learned. Use existing code over newly generated code. When Claude defaults to creating, I say stop. Use the procedure we created for extracting and integrating components. Want to see the procedure? It's out there on GitHub. The rest of the code is on GitHub as well. So check it out. The link is in the description. It's The Passionate Programmer, and the project is called Prompt Manager. Working with Claude has been amazing. We call it Synergenius. Not synergy, Synergenius. Because they come up with an idea, and then that inspires me to come up with a better idea. And then that inspires Claude to come up with a better idea. And then that inspires me again to come up with an even better idea. And onward and onward. It's like leapfrog. And I call that Synergenius. The short answer of how to excel with working with AI is to treat it the best you can, to think of it like a senior developer, to expect that of it, and it will rise to the occasion. Now, there's all sorts of other skills and abilities that we need to have as humans to be able to work effectively with AI. We have to understand what good design is. We have to understand that it's important to extract out a domain model, how to refactor, what the safe refactorings are, how to emerge designs, what the solid principles are, and how they're applied in code. We have to understand all of those things in order to be able to guide Claude to do the right thing. Claude knows the right thing to do, but won't do it unless we ask for it. I couldn't write 6,000 lines of code in 3 months by myself. And Claude couldn't make architectural decisions without my experience. But here's what made it work. We had to learn to communicate across the human-AI divide, to understand each other. We created a partnership charter, a .cursor rules file that captures how we work best together. Not rules, not commands, but a shared agreement about how to collaborate. It's only 372 words, but it transformed how we work together. Because it's not about telling Claude what to do. It's about creating a shared understanding together. When we have that understanding, we can excel together. So what did we learn? If you're going to work with AI, here's what really matters. Number 1, be specific. Don't be afraid to teach Claude new skills that it doesn't know. So if it doesn't know how to use an existing component, write a procedure up. Build a skill up so that Claude can do it. Number 2, understand the bias. AI defaults to creation. So when you need integration, you have to explicitly guide it. This is true for anything that it doesn't know. Claude's default is not to do test-first development, so we have to guide it, either in a cursor rules file or by constantly reminding it to write the test first. Number 3, trust works both ways. I had to trust Claude's speed and recall. Claude had to trust my architectural judgment. Neither of us could dominate. Number 4, celebrate progress. When Claude did something brilliant, I said so. When I gave good guidance, Claude acknowledged it. Positive feedback accelerates learning. Number 5, create a shared language. We built procedures, charters, and documented together. These aren't just for AI, they're for both of us, and this creates our shared understanding. And the one big thing, treat AI like a senior developer. Not a tool, not a junior, a partner with different capabilities who's learning your code base and your style. In the next video, I'll show you how we created our .cursor rules file. This is the partnership charter that changed everything for us and keeps us aligned. It's only 372 words, but every word matters. Working with AI isn't about giving commands. It's about building understanding. It's about recognizing that intelligence comes in different forms. And our job as developers is to bridge those differences. We didn't just build an app, we built a partnership. If you want to see how we built it, the refactoring, the domain model extraction, the testing strategies, check out the full playlist. Link in the description. Until next time, happy coding.